ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the return of Stardom Review. It's been a while. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here, it's the angry princess herself. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I'm not angry. I just had an angry reaction remembering a stupid memory. People are
Uh,
stupid. People are stupid. I'm doing great, Andre. It's been a day. I had a nice interesting start to my morning. I didn't make it to the gym. Nice conversation with some friends instead. So that made me happy. I hadn't heard from them for a little bit. Autocorrected my head there for a second. How are you
sure.
doing, my friend?
Good work today. I did get to the gym, got a little bit of a workout in, and I'm feeling good. So came home. I took a nap this afternoon. Finished a Stardom show. Yeah, gonna after we record this, I'm gonna go watch some Marigolds. Yeah.
Yes. I got through. How much did I get through? I made it through to the Queen of Queens. Queen of
Ooh,
Queen.
two from the end.
Yeah. I made it to that one, and then I went through an
Oh,
emotional mess. Whoa! Why are we
that's why
yelling?
when I opened the video, I'm like, why is it in the middle of the show? And I went back to the beginning because we share the account.
Oh, that was you who did that, you dick.
Well, I went to start watching it, and then I got distracted with something and had to do other things. Sorry, I apologize.
Ah, well, at least that explains that technological gremlin. Was you.
Oh, dude, the world we live in. That's what happens when you share an account with somebody.
I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. But we're not here to talk about Marigold, not on this show. Nay, nay.
No, we're here to talk some Stardom. We're going to talk
Yes.
the July 7th event from last weekend. I know they just dropped a show yesterday on Stardom-World that they did live, but we haven't got a chance to watch that yet. We will in the next couple of days, and that will come out later this week. But we're talking last weekend show because I think we were both very interested in one of the matches in the early part of the card in Thekla versus Saya Carrera. We were both like, "Ooh, she's gonna die." We were both like, "She's gonna die." We were like, "She's gonna die."
Congratulations also for catching up. You finally come into July.
Oh yeah,
Welcome.
I said
Welcome.
July.
You did. You did.
Whoa! Without like catching myself, I did it on purpose.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes Andre.
Oh man, I just finished the new Eminem CD. So, oh,
Uh-oh.
it's
Uh-oh. Can we
not.
expect to see a review on OLE with Bobby Munson? He's been
If Bobby
reviewing a lot of
Munson's
music
listened,
lately.
if Bobby Munson's listened to it, I'm down.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Reach out to Mr. Money Munson. Make it happen.
I will. I might reach out to the Money Munson, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna reach out to you right now and say, "Hey, let's do this!" Yeah, we did it.
Touching tips, and it's not even a rad show.
So it's okay. We can pound fists. Wonder
Okay.
Twin
Why does
Power.
mine look so big?
Wonder Twin Powers activate.
Whee!
I almost pressed the end record button.
Oh, what a
Oh,
day.
what is going
What a
on?
day.
It's
You're
just it's
smoking
great
some
when you.
good shit.
I've been up for over 13 hours, so
That's
that's what
probably
my
the
shit is. So we're gonna
Oh
get
my god.
into it, but before we do that, I'm gonna thank each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for joining us here on the YouTube. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Don't forget to share us out to your friends, family, and just weird little people that are prancing along in the streets. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hee 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 hee.
What kind of people just walk around? Wee, wee, wee. Well, I guess me. I guess me.
I
Yeah,
guess
I
me
went. I
too. I
went.
guess. And also don't forget to check out our friends Boris and Matt over at BAM Weekly on Facebook as they're they're going to be our partners in audio form going forward once they get their new stuff going for all their Japanese wrestling content. So check them over there on Facebook and keep in touch for when we start getting our audio side out there again. But we're going to get into it. We're going to talk some Stardom, which we haven't done in a bit. We're going to talk Stardom from Korakuen. Or no, it wasn't. That's the wrong graphic. Or it was in Tokyo. What the hell? I don't know anymore. Oh, it's in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo. That makes sense. That makes sense. Korakuen Hall is in Tokyo.
It was very nice to see the entire flowchart of thought that happened there, my friend.
Oh,
A,
my
w- a,
just
a peek, a sneak peek into the inner workings of your brain. I love it.
oh, this is my brain not on drugs. So,
Oh, your brain on drugs is
ah,
scary.
no, but this is my brain not on my regular drugs, like the stuff I take on a normal daily basis. That didn't take them today.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You might want to get on that.
Yeah, we kick it off in the three-way match with my custom graphic, Lady C versus Rana Yamagi versus Rian, which was originally supposed to be a tag match with Lady C and Rana teaming up against Rian and Xena originally for this match, but due to scheduling changes and people falling out of the show, Hanako, things got moved around, and Xena moved into Hanako's spot, and this became a three-way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now that we know the reason why Hanako is kind of MIA, it's okay. We should be okay with this.
But she's not going to USA until August, so
Yeah, but she's got to prepare. She's good.
yeah, she should be in the ring wrestling to prepare.
I'm referring to the language, but okay.
Yeah, but she can learn from Mina. Mina
She's
speaks
into the match,
English.
my friend.
Mina
She
speaks
does.
English. She does,
She
and she's
does. I
pretty.
didn't say she didn't.
Yeah.
I'm just
Uh,
saying that might not be the best person to learn English from.
okay. Whatever. Thecla
Take us
then.
into the match.
Thecla then. Whatever. Lady C
Not
gets Lady C gets a double abdominal stretch, but Orion gets out and gets a rear naked choke on Lady C while she has the abdominal stretch on Rana Yamagi. It was actually a pretty good spot. Lady C
yeah.
gets Lady C got a giant swing on Orion, and she went for a bit with that giant swing too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. She was dizzy, almost fell over the ropes there. She had to hang on for balance.
Mm-hmm. Rana unloading some solid kicks to both Lady C and Rian throughout this match. She got them
Mhm.
kicks. She belongs in God's eye with those kicks. Head scissors by Rian into a gator roll and gets a fisherman suplex onto Rana Yamagi. Lady C it does come up with the double clothesline, but Rana stops a choke slam. So Lady C gets her into the corner, hits a haluva kick. She then gets a haluva kick to Rian in the corner and then hits her with the lariat for the win. Lady C getting the win. Let's go.
Gets out of Queen's Quest, and that's what happens. Uh-oh. Yeah, a couple aesthetic things to point out here real quick. Rana, a new hairdo, rocking that black under kind of cut. I think it's called a zonal. I'm not entirely sure that's what it was called when I was younger. Anyway, yeah, she's got the black underneath her regular gear. Yeah, you have no hair, you wouldn't know. Yeah, it's fair, it's fair.
I don't know.
Um, Lady C rocking a new shorter, kind of shoulder length do and still rocking those fun little anime ear headphone things that like what Azumi kind of had there. Really, really nice little look. Refreshing to see after the Queen's Quest kind of dissolution there.
Mm.
Um, yeah, that abdominal stretch where Rianne kind of escapade and jumped onto Lady C's back. That was a really cool little spot because it was so simple, but done so effortlessly. And
Mm.
especially by someone who's as new as Rianne, it was nice to see it just flow so quickly and well. Um, yeah, Rana pulling out those kicks. What I really liked about those kicks is that she wasn't just using her dominant leg in the right leg. she was using both legs and going back and forth between Lady C and Rianne, until I think it was Rianne kinda bailed first and Lady C took a couple extra. Um, but yeah, super, super impressive to see. Like, knowing that she has that martial arts background is still super impressive to see her hit just as solidly with her non-dominant leg as it is her dominant leg. Um, and then lastly, yeah, there was that fisherman suplex pin that Rian did to, I believe it was Rana. Really, really, really well done. Just snapped into it so quickly, so effortlessly. This was a great combination of ladies to have for an opening match. I was really impressed with this.
Yeah, I was really impressed, like, especially with Rihanna, where she did it in that suplex spot. Um,
Mhm,
I really liked it because just in the technicality of how she did it, like, she got the head scissors, and then it's where you get into the suplex position, but on the ground, then you roll, then you kind of roll, and then stand up, and then go into the suplex. That's what the gator roll is. You grab them, and you spin them while holding the like the positioning. I
mhm,
really like the technicality of that.
mhm, mhm. Did very, very well.
Yeah. So we move on to the match I thought somebody was going to get murdered in.
Yeah.
It is Sayaka Kurara versus Tekla.
Oh, yes, let's go. I was actually snapping my friend Alyssa throughout this match because I was just like, Tekla is everything.
Mhm.
Tekla is like my idol. She's everything I want to be. Love her. Take us into it, my friend.
Yeah, so I Sayaka like firing up the crowd, and then Tekla just attacks her, just beating her up. Kurara fights back with drop kicks, but just gets booted into the ropes and booted through the floor. It just Deco just bullying her throughout. Deco running her into the chairs. She
Mhm.
hits a kick to the head for two, then into the two hand, like gets the lockjaw on the Baker lockjaw, but uses both hands to like pry on the mouth. It was like, oh, like she's pulling at the bottom jaw, but also pulling at the top jaw. I was like, ugh.
Do you remember the movie Mirrors with Kiefer Sutherland?
Oh, where he pulled his, where they
It
pulled
was
the,
the girl, it was his sister who, like, did that in the bathtub or something like that. Ugh. Yeah, that was the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, "Ooh, yucky, but
yeah.
cool, but yucky."
Yeah, Thekla stepping on her head in the corner. Rock is distracting the ref. Thekla gets
Mhm,
her belt, starts whipping Sayaka with the belt. The ref gets in her face. Thekla ends up pushing the ref out of the way, but Sayaka spears Thekla. Thekla
mhm.
fights back, sends Sayaka out to the floor. They're brawling on the floor. Thekla hits a suplex. She goes to get back in the ring, but Thekla is like stopping her from getting back and pulls her down. And they both
Kuraras,
get,
right.
or sorry, Kurara pulls her down,
Mhm.
and they both get counted out. So Thekla's not happy about this and whips her with the belt on the floor, chokes her with it after the match. She tosses the ref around, puts the belt around his head and like whips him around, whips him around. It was yeah.
I
Yeah.
am loving this new attitude from Thekla, though. And, like,
Mhm.
we were seeing the kinda, like, startings of it in those final months of DDM.
Mhm.
Where she was starting to kind of be a blah blah blah. Figure out your English words, Melissa. She was really, sh- what's the words? She was turning up her brutalness, but like only kind of a little bit. Like she'd turn it up to three and then back down to one, and then she'd turn it up to five and then back down to one. It was very inconsistent. So it was almost kind of coming off as like maybe like an episode or something in the middle of a match or like a response to something that happened in the
Hmm.
match. But now that we've seen her join Oedo Tai and start working with Oedo Tai, maybe this is just a part of what Thekla's always been, and she's been kind of suppressing her true urges of what she wants to do in professional wrestling, and I'm kind of living for it. These heel antics just seem so natural to
Hmm.
her. Like, it's so refreshing because like Oedo Tai in itself has already always been a favorite of mine because of their heel tendencies. But
Mm,
I almost feel like we're seeing the emergence of a contender, a possible contender for that top spot in Oedo Tai. Because as mean and just brutal and conniving as Tora can be, Declan's kind of making a bit of a push right now, maybe kind of teasing that. So yeah, um, I don't really have a whole lot to add. You kind of got all the big spots that I kind of wrote down, which is good. Gonna move it along really quickly. But yeah, I thought when I saw this announced, I was like, oh dear, we are about to see Kurara get her a rud, and she did. She got yeeted around, she got beat up, like, this was almost like
her and Tora
just
from the Cinderella from Cinderella.
yeah, with as underwhelming as an ending, I think, 'cause I
Mm,
don't I like them when they make sense, the timeouts and, like, the count outs and stuff like that. This one, it helps progress Decla's story for sure. I don't
mm,
know how I don't really feel like it progresses Kurara's.
mm.
But, I definitely feel like this was some great character development for Thekla for sure. I'm very much looking forward to see what she does next. Cause gosh dang, this woman, she's coming to do some shit. She's coming to wreck some shit. You don't wanna get wrecked, get out of her way.
That's true. That is true. So
Mhm.
we're gonna move on to the third match of the evening. It was Hina and Saki Kashima taking on Cosmic Angels against uh, Cosmic Angels, Aya Sakura, and Yuna Mizumori. Sakura actually
Mhm.
starts with Yuna. Actually, does start with Yuna. I was surprised that she got in there to begin with. I was like, okay. And she gets
Mhm.
like shoulder block, and then she tries to tag out, but Hina has jumped off the apron, and I'm like, ha ha ha. Hina's already being told stuff by God's Eye on what to do when you're tagging with Saki.
Right?
I loved it.
Make her stay in there.
Yeah, Saki ends up getting sent to the floor. Aya does grab her, and Yuna gets to run around the ring into a shoulder block. Saki with a big Rana in the ring, uh, and hits a running boot in the ropes. Yuna's in, hits an Alabama slam into the corner, and Aya follows up with a hip attack for two. Kura is getting some solid kicks, dropping Hina with them. She gets a scoop slam for two into the figure four head scissors, but the submission does get broken up. Aya gets a Northern Light suplex to Hina for a two, then hits a guillotine knee off of the second. Very Narita style right there. But Saki at the end of the match comes in, hits a super kick, and Hina hits Aya Sakura with the Fisherman Buster for the win.
Mhm.
Hmm,
This was a fun little tag match.
it
As you
was.
mentioned, it was really fun to see Saki and Hina kind of work together. I actually found that they were quite cohesive and worked very, very well together. That being said, I don't know that either of them are fit for God's Eye anymore. I mean, I never really fully thought that Kashima was, but we're getting a lot of factions, though. Maybe they should just stay there for their own personal safety, especially Kashima. Um, Yeah, the only other thing that I wanted to mention about this one was I really liked how in the Cosmic Angels side of things, Yuna was really kind of taking the lead, kind of directing traffic with Aya and like kind of setting up all their little tag moves and sequences that they were doing. Because Aya, I think she she's good and she's like she does have the foundations there and she's coming along very, very well, but she's not progressing at the same speed as someone like Hanako or Yuzuki did.
Hmm.
She and Kurara, they are progressing along, and they're progressing along very, very well under the tutelage of the Cosmic Angels. They're getting there a little slower. They're having a little more attention, and this match and the match before has really shown the positive progress that both these women have made. and
Mhm.
especially with Aya having that tutelage of Yuna to kind of point out and direct traffic and have everything just go so smoothly and so effortless. It was great. It was
Mhm.
very nice.
Yeah. Again, it did run smooth. I really did enjoy this match. It was just fun,
Mhm,
and yeah, you can see that building of Aya and how she's progressing, and then you got Hina, who I think is doing some of the
mhm,
best work she's done, and to really, again, really trying to prove herself with Queen's
mhm.
Quest falling apart. So I'm really enjoying what she's doing too.
I
And Kat,
agree, I agree.
she's Kashima.
Saki's just there.
Yeah. We move on, fourth match of the evening with my custom graphic.
Good job, good
May
job.
May Sarah and Miyu Hamasaki taking on Empress or from the new faction, which we haven't got a name for yet, but it seems like these two are part of that new faction.
Mhm.
Taking on Empress, Nexus Venus, Wakasukiyama, and Azina.
Yeah,
Uh, this
oof.
was originally supposed to be Waka and Hanako versus May
Mhm,
and Miyu, but yeah, great back and forth between May and Xena early. I really liked the way they played off each other. Xena and Waka hit a wheelbarrow leg drop uh, to Mei Mei for two, and Waka hits a bunch of Waka weapons and gets another two. Mei kneeing Xena in the head to stop a suplex, which is great. But she comes down, but then Xena just brings her back up and hits that gosh darn suplex. Those knees to the
oh,
head are
yeet. Oh, that
yeah.
was a yeet, yeah.
Oh yeah. Miyu kicks out the knee, hits Pimp Juice, and the drop kick to the back for two. Xena, she fights off a double team and gets that double pendulum DDT there. I was like, ooh. Xena fights back, sending Miyu into the ropes. Waka hits the Waka weapon in the ropes, gets a Waka ride. Well, Xena gets a big Boston crab on Mei Mei. Miyu gets to the ropes and then gets a pendulum DDT to fight back, and then tags out to Mei Mei. Uh, really good back and forth. Mei gets Waka down into this like STF position, but was like pulling on the hair. I was like,
Mhm,
ooh, different. Xena gets
mhm,
the Mariah May super spinning sidewalk slam to May May, and Waka hits a top rope drop kick for two. Waka gets a straight jacket slam on May May for two, but then Miyu hits a DDT on Xena. May sends Waka into a pedigree by Miyu, and then hits her snap sunset flip to pin Waka for the win.
yes. I actually didn't take a whole ton of notes on this one. I just sat and enjoyed this one. But what I did write down was the Xena.
Yina.
Why
Yina.
did I do why did I do the Mexican pronunciation?
Yina. Yina.
Yena. Xena yeeting people around is just always impressive. I love it, and I do love the shorter do that she's kinda been rocking. Um, Waka. Waka and her Waka weapons is just it brings me joy to see. It's like watching Hamna. It's so much joy. But then the Waka ride when Xena got that Boston Crab in was really, really great. Especially because like the ref, like I don't know if it ref actually knocked them over or if they just lost their balance.
I
But
think they
like
lost the balance.
okay, because the ref was right next to them,
Mhm.
yelling at them to break the hold anyway. But, yeah, it just from the angle that it looked like the ref had pushed them, and I kinda giggled at it because they just kinda fell and rolled out the ring. Poor Waka sitting there like, "What's going on?" I loved it. Um,
She's just riding Mia like, what's happening?
Pretty much, like, she could hear something kinda happening, but it was just far back enough she couldn't really
Yeah.
turn around to see without messing up the move. Um, I felt was an interesting ending to this because like there's a few things kind of going on in this that one pretty obvious and one that I think needs to be a little bit more addressed, which is so the one thing that I'm noticing is that obviously with this new team formation with Sarah, Miyu, Azumi, Starlight Kid, Suzu Suzuki, and that's it, right? Lady C wasn't included in that.
No, Lady C is kind of being looked at by God's eye.
Right. Okay. So the new faction that has yet to be named that we are aware of at this time, they need to start, getting some credibility. They need to start kind of showing why they deserve to be a team. So the win here is very good for them and actually helps build up for their team, which I love. But something that I feel that you and I both might echo on this sentiment is that Empress Nexus Venus has kind of been around for a little bit, like half a year now, right? Like they formed kind of the end of January-ish, right?
Into
After
January,
Micah won
start
the
of
title.
February, right around there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So they've been going for about like what we're gonna say, like a strong 6 months.
Hmm.
You have such an incredible team with the world champion Micah, with the Artists of Stardom champions in Xena Micah and Mina Shirakawa. Then you have that incredible rookie in Hanako and Waka is so passionate and so good at what she does. Why are we still getting this kinda underwhelmingness coming from the Empress Nexus Venus faction when it's not I don't wanna say important, but, like, why is the build not happening? Hold on, let me finish the thought. Like, why is the build not happening so much with we'll say, the undergirls of Empress Nexus Venus, and why are we seeing other people kinda getting a push? What's your answer, Andre?
She was a Rossi Ogawa project. Rossi was building her up through all that, having her lose, and then eventually got that win against Nane. But then, right after she beat Nane, was when Rossi lost his power in the company, and then you saw Waka just getting pinned down almost every show since then. And yeah, yeah, the new bookers aren't going with her. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why.
Okada of the non-Kazuchika kind, sir, we need to have a conversation.
We do.
Ugh. Oh, dear. Starting to feel like Waka should have maybe left with Julia.
You would think so in a way.
I mean, I'm honestly knowing that, like I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. So if that
Well,
is the actual case, why didn't he take her with him? Especially knowing that she's gonna just get run down like this. It's disappointing.
yeah, I'm not sure on this one, but yeah. Again, I'm not sure, but the timing makes sense because Rossi
Hmm.
would have lost his power right around that time, just around the time she beat Nane, and I felt like that was going to be a big push for her. And then that's where
Hmm.
Mina's kind of push. Mina and Mariah did end up winning the tag titles just after that, but then they got lost them pretty quick, and it felt like
Hmm.
almost like they kind of pushed them like called Venus to the back at that point. So.
They did, yeah. Which is like, again, supremely disappointing, especially considering what they've been doing with Mina since.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we
Kata of the
push.
non-Kazuchika kind.
Maybe we
Let
need
Gato
an
fix it.
Okada of the Kazuchika kind to come and book this promotion.
He would probably do better.
Oh yeah, 100% he would.
I would trust the guy who is now making more money and noise in the professional wrestling business just saying the word bitch over the guy who can't fist properly.
Uh, if you want context of that, go back and watch Japanese Wrestling Update from I think
Last
it
week.
was the 5th. Yeah, from the 5th.
Yeah.
If you want
Yep.
context to why he can't fist, and it's nothing sexual, I swear.
It really isn't, which is funny considering it's me.
We move on. 6 women tag. It's Oedo ties Fukigen Death, Natsuko Tora, and Rina versus Stars Hazuki Koguma and Momo Kogo. Glad to see
Mhm.
more Momo Kogo on these shows. Hazuki, it's her 10th year and it's her 10th anniversary, and she gets a sign given to her by a fan in
Yes.
the crowd. Oedo Tai attacking before the bell. But Hazuki fights back. But Tora gets her in the ropes, hits a face and hits Hazuki's face wash and running boot to Hazuki. And I was just like, whoa.
The
Hazuki,
audacity.
yeah, Hazuki does get yanked out, sent into the chairs. They're back in the ring. Koguma eventually gets in the match. Um, she drops a double team from Tora and Rina and hits a double corner splash to them, and then gets them stacked and gets on their back and hits the little stomps into the big stomp. Later in the match, Hazuki's in with Fuki in death. She gets Fuki in the ropes, and she finally gets her face wash and a running boot for 2. Tora attacks Hazuki with the kamikaze uh, of the Bolton Oleg kind, and Fuki comes off the second rope with a senton for 2. Fuki with the eye poke, but Hazuki dodges the shot of the trying to hit her with the paper, and sends Fuki into a Momokoko 619, and Hazuki hits an MX for 2, then applies a crossface, but it's broken up. The end of the match comes. Hazuki and Koguma hit the razor's edge cutter for 2, and Hazuki goes to the top, hits the senton off the top for the win.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting way to have this match in particular kind of go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I, I don't, again, I didn't take a whole ton of notes on this one just because I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed watching Hazuki. Wow, so it was an interesting story they kind of told in this one where they kind of had her looking a little weak at the beginning. They're getting beaten up pretty badly and having her have this triumphant kind of fire back in the later part of the match. This is why I love Hazuki because she does kind of it is a template of hers, but it's not a boring one by any
No.
means. Where she will start to have the like that weak start where it looks like she's maybe not ready for the match, but then she comes back just a going. Fuki can make up again, never moving. Always impressive with that. And I also just got if you haven't seen Natsuko Tora's entrance gear, highly recommend you go check it out. She looks like a cross between Super Shredder and a dragon from House of Dragons or something. Like she just looks
With,
so freaking bad ass.
with Minotaur horns.
Well, that's why I said the dragon because it's actually like a little dragon skull mask
Oh,
thing that's on the front there.
oh.
That's just covered in like some chrome looking stuff. It's really, really cool. I mean, she fits that heel picturesque thing perfectly. And then the team, just how they function so well. This is what House of Torture could be if they weren't doing a bullshit. Um, I echo the sentiment of Momokogo. We need to see more Momokogo because she's been such a joy and treat to see back. We
Mhm.
missed her since she was off filming her little action movie. Um, yeah, I don't have a whole lot to add other than that.
So Azuki did get the mic after, and this is a direct Japanese translation that I pulled off the website. We've won our first match of the 10th anniversary. With this momentum, I want to wear that white belt this year for sure. Hazuki's dream is also a Hazura dream, so I will make sure it comes true. And then let's continue dreaming together of the dream beyond that. Thank you. The wording is very weird, but again, that's direct Japanese translation to English. So,
It definitely sounds like a look to the future kind of
mm.
speech, and I love that. I love that. Yeah, yeah, I don't have anything to add to that. I'm excited to see where it is Hazuki goes from here. After 10 years in this business, I'm surprised she hasn't gone after the Wonder of Stardom title, but she does have these little, as I mentioned before, these little phases that she likes to go through where she focuses on singles stuff and then focuses on tags, focuses on singles, then focuses on tag. For the last little while, we saw a little spoof of it last year where she went after the high speed title there for a little bit, but now
Mm.
she was kind of back in the tag kind of thing with Kaguma and kind of doing that. Now I think she's kind of going for that singles kind of thing again, and I am here for it. Let's go.
Yeah. Again,
Let's go.
I'm
Ba
very
ba ba ba
excited
ba
to
ba
see
ba
where
ba 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 ba. Go back to your old music, please.
I think she needs even newer music. Is what she needs to even get it
With a
even.
remix of her
No.
older stuff.
Like, just go exact opposite, slow, in like like a just go even farther away from her old music.
You're horrible. Horrible. Horrible person. Take us to the next one.
We go into what was easily Mel's least favorite match of the night. It was Cosmic Angels, Natsupoi, Sayoriado, and Tam Nakano versus God's Eyes, Ami Sarai, Konami, and Suri. I know Mel just hated this, so I'm just going to skip this and just give you the ending because Mel doesn't even want to talk about this match. I'm kidding.
What the flying fruitcake of a fa la la and powdered sugar on Santa's asshole are you smoking over there?
Oh, Mel just hates Konami and Suri. She thinks they're the worst.
You dick.
Uh, I joke. I joke. Early on,
Please.
Ami's overpowering Nat and beating her up, then drapes her across the corner and hits that splash to the midsection while she's across the corner. Konami comes in just with a vicious PK to Nat, then Suri in with even more brutal hard kicks to Nat. Tim and Nat try to double team Konami, but Ami makes the save. Sends and then she ends up sending them both into the ropes, where Suri and Konami gets Minoru Suzuki style arm bars over the ropes.
Yeah.
Konami gets in the ring, gets another armbar into the disarmer, but Tam does get to the ropes. Ami and Ori just trading shots. They're just so winging at each other. It looked great. It looked great. Ami does get the high angle crab on her into the single leg crab, but Anu gets to the ropes.
Mhm.
And now gets an octopus on Ami, and Siri tries to make the save, but sorry, sorry, but Suri tries to make a save, and Tam stops her from breaking up. Ami fights her into the ropes. Suri comes in, hits a code breaker, and Konami hits Nat with a hard kick, and then Ami gets that stalling suplex for 2. Nat misses off the top. Ami hits a sliding Larry for 2. She gets up into a torture rack, but then Natsupoi just flips out of it into an armbar, which looked incredible. It gets broken.
Mhm.
Everybody's brawling. Cosmic Angels hits the triple German move, but then God's Eye comes back with the triple head kicks. Everybody's down. Ami gets a blue thunder bomb to gets the blue thunder bomb onto Nat. But Nat rolls her up for 2. So Ami comes back with a big old lariat, and she gets 2. She gets Natsupoi up, goes for like a thunderbolt, but Natsupoi reverses and rolls her into the victory roll for the 1, the 2, and Natsupoi gets the 3 for the win. And I really didn't expect this.
I didn't either. I didn't I honestly expected that, Poi would be actually the one,
Mhm.
um, taking
Me
the
too.
loss on this one. Um, I don't have a whole ton to add, but the only move that I mentioned was the high angle crab by Ami because she just does them so picture perfectly. Um, more of an observation. I've noticed that, since winning the Goddess of Stardom titles, Konami and Suri kind of taken a little bit of a darker kind of path, walking the path of the dark side, I think. And I felt that this match showed that evolution even more.
Mhm.
We see Konami has always just been a presence in herself, but like she's giving me almost like Hiroeto Tai-esque kind of vibes, just without the maniacalness. Because when she was in Oedo Tai, she was kinda, like, doing the evil smile smirk a lot, whereas, like, right now, like, despite what the picture would show you, she's not a smiley, happy camper, even though she's the Goddess of Stardom champion. Her and Suri have this, like, sense of impending doom kind of following them around, and the doom being them because they kick the crap out of you.
Mhm.
Um Ami kind of feeling a bit like a odd man out with this kind of little darkness that's kind of been following around the gods. I would say the elite, because they're certainly, I would say, the two most dangerous women in this company, um, aside from maybe Momo and Tora. Um, so yeah, it was a very interesting dynamic. They're still working together so fluidly and so well. But like we're starting to see a lot more heelish tendencies coming out of Shuri and Konami, where they're like we'd see Shuri come in there to break up pins, but not nearly as much as we are now. We've seen her
Hmm.
come in to break up submissions before, but not nearly as much as we are. And now she's becoming a little bit more savage, and I love it. Because as much as I love the matronly side of Shuri, I love how she kind of flies wildly between personalities of being that kind of caring, gentle captain mentor kind of character and that relentless, hard ass, scary Mama Jamma like Konami. So it's very interesting to see the kind of change kind of happening in there. And then Cosmic Angels, like before we saw this kind of the three combination of these three working very interestingly, where Poi and Tam were just like la 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 la, and Anu's kind of lumbering in the back, like, what the fizzity bizzity are these two girls doing? And now we're seeing a lot more cohesiveness between the three of them, where Poi and Tam are la 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 la, and Anu's kind of sitting there like, uh-huh, yeah, 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 la la la. She's not quite that adorable aloof level that Poi and Tam are, but she's certainly getting there. And the more she kind of steps out of that kind of monotoned kind of what she used to be that we didn't like, the more
Hmm.
I love her. Like every time I see Sirianu, I think I love her more and more and more. That's all I got for this guy.
Yeah. And yeah, it just post match though.
Mm.
Ami turns Natsupoi and Siriano around and just double chops both of them in the back. And then you see Tam in the background go up to Siri who's kneeling and like and get puts her back to Siri and Siri double chops her in the back. Then she runs around behind Siri and double chops Siri in the back. It's just stupid.
Yeah, it was I didn't get that either. Kind of like for me, as all the seriousness that I was talking about kind of like got went out the window at that point. But
Yeah.
like Konami didn't. Just saying.
Yeah.
Don't
It was
think they
it
would have
was
liked to test that water.
it was stupid but funny.
Yeah, it was amusing. Amusing little spot.
Yeah. We move on to the semi-main event. It's a tag team match. It's Azumi and Starlight Kid versus Oedo Tai's Momo Watanabe and Ruaka. Azumi and Starlight Kid, they're little when they get in the ring and then they start running the ropes and then hit the ropes and roll into their poses. I love that. I love their little stuff
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It adds that little kind of je ne sais quoi thing that sets them apart from every other team. And considering they're forming their own faction, they have to do something that's going to be fun, unique. It's going to get the crowd going. Ooh. I think that's a good way to start it for sure.
Yeah. So Oedo Tai dodges Starlight Kid and Azumi, and they hit them with PK, sending them out to the floor. But as Oedo Tai climbs out to the floor, Starlight Kid and Azumi rush back in, and then they hit Lopez to the ladies on the floor. Oedo Tai fights back. They end up running him into the chair, beating him up on the
Mhm.
floor. Momo's in with Starlight Kid, just beating her down. Starlight Kid goes up to springboard off the middle rope, and Momo just grabs her by the mask and just slams her down into the mat. It would look
So
brutal.
brutal. Yeah,
Oh,
so brutal. So brutal.
and she's just unloading kicks and stomps.
Mhm.
Starlight Kid does fight back at one point. Azumi gets in. Her and Momo start trading snapmares into PKs back and forth. It was so good.
Mhm.
Oh, I loved it. I love that spot. Rock comes in. She gets Azumi against the bottom rope and hits a running cross body against the bottom rope. Azumi reverses the suplex into an arm bar, then turns into the double arm bar. But as she gets both arm bars locked in her legs, um, Ruaka does get to the ropes. Yeah, just good spots there. Starlight Kid later in the match goes to the top, misses the twisting frog splash. And Momo kicks her in the head, and Ruaka hits the Fisherman Buster for 2. Momo hits Starlight Kid in the back with the bat as Ruaka has her up in the air, and then picks her up, hits a Dude Buster, and then Ruaka hits the Vader Bomb out of the corner for 2. Ruaka goes up for the Freezer Bomb, but Azumi jumps up to the top rope. Arm drags her off the top. She ends up kicking Momo, but Momo kicks her back and kicks her in the head. Starlight Kid hits a shotgun drop kick to the back, sending Rocket into the corner, then hits her with sliced bread number 2 or Shinrai, but she only gets 2. Azumi comes in, hits La Mystica to Ruaka, and Starlight Kid finishes it off with the top rope moonsault for the win.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This was an interesting match for me because I felt that it was a little imbalanced, we'll say, because I consider both Momo and Ruaka to be, I don't want to say heavyweights, but that would be the appropriate kind of, I think, terminology for it. And I consider Azumi and Starlight Kids both juniors in comparison. So this one was a very, like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, maybe we're going to see a bit of a loss on their side. Not the case. Very pleasantly surprised about that. The only thing I wanted to you mentioned the fisherman hook suplex?
Mm-hmm.
I really liked how Starlight Kid does that. She's just
Mm-hmm.
so crisp and so good with that. It was almost like as good as Yujiro Takahashi. He does those very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
I know you don't like that, but yeah, this was a very fun match though. I mean, Starlight Kid and Azumi, when they pick up that speed just that little bit, Mimono and Ruaka have no problem keeping up with them. These 4 women had such a great flow together. And I mean, obviously, Starlight Kid, a member of Oedo Tai for some time, worked with both Momo and Ruaka. You know, I didn't expect anything other than greatness out of this match, and we got it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, again, a really fun match. And then post match, they get on the mic. Kid says, Mei-chan, Miyu, thank you for helping me. Miyu Amasaki gets the mic. She says, you mentioned the singles match the other day. How about Osaka on July 12th? Kid says, Osaka, let's do it quickly. Let's communicate our feelings and confirm each other's feelings. Will everyone at one at Korakuen come to Osaka to watch? Of course they will. It may take some time, and nothing has been decided yet as a unit, but I will definitely create the right answer here for the path that I decide on after 2 months of hard work. So please look forward to it.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited. Lots of changes happening in the Stardom landscape right now. I'm very excited to see what's happening. But man, oh man, Okada of the non-Kazuchika kind, please make sure you refer to Gato for help.
Yeah, except don't let him book Wado Tai. Or
Well,
that's the
I
one. That is the one good thing Okada of the non-Kazuchika kind has done is the way they book Wado
let
Tai.
Oedo Tai do, yeah, the Oedo Tai things. Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. There's just some other questionable things.
It's true.
Mhm.
So we're going to move on. Main event of the evening. It is our favorite faction, Empress Nexus Venus, Maika and Mina Shirakawa teaming up with Queen's Quest Saya Kamitani, taking on
Mhm.
Stars Hanan, Mayu Iwatani, and Saya Ida. So match with 2 Sayas. Yay. I actually have to write out Kamitani instead of just writing Saya every time. I was like, God damn it. I could write Saya or mess up who I was talking about.
Yeah,
Great back
yeah, that's fair.
yeah, great back and forth with Micah and Mayu early on. Then Ida
Mhm.
comes in and Micah just overpowers Ida, which was like, ooh. Stars end up triple teaming her, but miss the triple drop kick. Mina and Kamatani send Mayu and Hanan out of the ring. And they triple team Ida. And then Mina and Micah hit the sidewalk slam neck breaker combo. Kamatani actually gets a laying sharpshooter uh, at one point in the match. Mina
Mhm.
gets the Romero special surfboard and then rolls it back and like jumps up and stomps the knees of Ida.
Yeah, that was savage. I loved that combination though, because it's super smart. Because you've already messed up the person's knees by trying to put them up there, like up in the put the feet up in the air, put the feet up in the air. Uh, it's true, everyone's feet are in the air at that point. But to add that little like FU stomp with the knees at the end of it is just love it.
I now have to it's a 50-20 about uh, Mel's new hit. Put your feet up in the
Put your
air
feet up in the air.
and have some put it
Well,
to some suggestive looking videos and yeah.
oh, we can remix it with your sword hammer.
I know I don't want to have any of my audio in there. Ida's
Sword hammer, put your feet up in the air, put your feet up in the air, sword hammer. Continue, sorry.
Ida gets the speed chops to Micah, but she fights back. But then Hanan comes in. They both hit that leaping double chop to Micah together.
Mhm,
Um, yeah. Mayu ends up hitting a head scissors to Micah, sending her in the ropes, and then hits the double arm drags to Mina and Kamatani, sending them into the ropes. And Stars hit the triple drop kick in the ropes. Mina and Mayu are in. They trade shots, and they're going back and forth, dodging each other's shots. Mayu gets a super kick. Mina hits a rolling elbow. Mayu hits a German. Mina hits a backdrop, and then they kick each other in the head, and they both drop to the mat. Great. I love the sequence there. It ran
mhm.
smoothly too.
Yeah, yeah, they flowed so effortlessly together, I absolutely love that exchange.
Yeah. So yeah, they eventually Stars end up sending Micah and Kamatani to the floor, and then Hanan and Ida hit uh, dual high crosses off the second turnbuckle to them on the floor. Stars gets the triple team wheelbarrow facebuster in the ring. Hanan gets a Northern Light suplex, but it gets broken up. Micah gets a sliding lariat. She gets Mina up on her shoulders, hits that electric chair slam, then hits to Hanan. And Kamatani comes in with a springboard cross for two. Chaos erupts. Everybody's in the ring, in and out, just hitting each other with moves. Hanan ends up hitting a Rough Rider for one on Kamatani. Then Kamatani with that pump kick, where she only gets one. Mayu comes in at the end of this match, hits a sling blade. Hanan gets a crucifix pin, but it gets broken up. EXV and Kamatani take out the remaining members of Stars, and Mina and Kamatani hit dual roundhouse kicks, dual roundhouse kick spinning elbow into the head of it was Hanan. I think no, was it Hanan? Yeah, to Hanan, and Micah hits this brutal looking lariat. Kamatani then picks her up. Star Crusher for the win.
Yes, yes. There was so much going on in this match. I absolutely loved it, and an interesting main event. All champions in the main event here. So
Mm,
like lots to be said, who wins and who takes the loss. But wow, was that a victory for Kamatani and a positive one given that she is the kind of solo remaining member of Queen's Quest. It'll be interesting to see if she continues to fly the Queen's Quest flag or if she'll choose to retire it and and maybe join. She certainly teamed very, very well with Mina Shirakawa and Micah, and they seem to don't know if you've been following their social medias, but they're posting a lot of pictures with Kamatani. They seem to taken a liking to her. So will we see her kind of put the flag down and join up somebody else, or will we see her kind of rebuild Queen's Quest kind of from the ground up? I guess we'll just have to wait and see what she chooses to do with that. Do I have anything else to add?
Or do we get an amalgamation and it becomes Empress Queen Venus?
We've already got the amalgamation of Empress and Club Venus. Like, that's like some Hantai chaos mixery going on there. You're not an alchemist, sir. That's Matt Vandergriff.
Well, I'll get him to do it then.
And I mean, Hanako's gonna be there with him, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. The only thing I wanted to add is Ida. I don't know if she's getting ready for competition or something, but she is looking especially jacked and especially tanned. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and she's posing so nice. She's posing more. I don't know if it's just that she's bigger or what, but like she's put on some size and gotten some definition. Looking great.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely love her. And I love how high she throws her little sweater when she does her intro. I'm just waiting for it to fall on her head one day.
Or like land on somebody else's head or something.
Or
Yeah.
the ref, the announcer,
No,
one of
land
her
on her. I would
teammates.
love it for it to like it's her and Hanan in one of their new blood matches. She throws it up and then it lands on Hanan's head. I would love that.
That would be phenomenal. We've seen it get stuck in the rafters.
Yes, the fact that she can throw that high, it will depend. Some of those roofs are not super high either, but yeah, she has that power to throw it up there.
She does, she does. And she almost threw it to the roof here. The ceiling there, pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, this was phenomenal. This was a
Yeah,
phenomenal match. Really feel good match and really great way to end the show.
yeah. And then we did get post match on this one. Kamatani gets Mike says a lot has happened in the 2 weeks since the Yogi tournament, but I will continue to stand at the top of Stardom as Queen's Quest. Right now, I'm taking part in a league called Catch the Wave from Pro Wrestling Wave, and I've been selected to advance to the final tournament along with Rana Yamagi from God's Eye, who is a young block finalist. Um, have you all bought your tickets for Wave on the 14th? I'm taking on the hopes of Stardom, so I'll be carrying the enthusiasm of all of you as well, and I'll definitely come back here as a winner. Mike then gets the mic and says, Kamatani, I believe you will definitely win, and I will also be fighting for this red belt on July 15th at Korakuen Hall at Just Tap Out. Yeah. Of course, I will definitely defend this red belt and will raise my stardom higher and higher. So Mina gets the mic and says, tickets are now on sale for July 14th at Wave and July 15th at JTO. And she goes, and there is no announcement for Mina Shirakawa. Well, there will be surprises, so please look forward to them. And one of the surprises was it was announced just after this that she is facing the current Wonder of Stardom champion at Sendai Girls on July 20th. So, yeah, live on Wrestle Universe. Go check that out.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
so
Yay.
And then she continues. So since we have come all the way here today, we want to close with a slightly special version for the three of us. Kamatani has been practicing something, saying that she wants to do this if we win. At the end, Kamatani will probably say something like "E Nexus VR." So can everyone please say here? Or it's HEER in the translation. Um, Everybody, take a close attention, please. Bow down to the Venus, the Empress, and the Queen. Micah says, go beyond your imagination and into the world. And Kamatansi says, Queen's Quest and E Nexus VR. Or E Nexus VAR, that's VAR in the translation. And everyone in the crowd goes, here, HEER. So,
Yay.
yeah.
So cute. So cute. And I love these little closeouts here. I wish more places did them. They kind of like make the show kind of feel like it came to a conclusion instead of just the match ending being the abrupt conclusion. That's something
Yeah.
that, despite sometimes we complain about, I do like that, like, locally, LPW does that, and also Top Talent does that, where they have those little "Thanks for coming, see you next time, don't forget tickets for the next show, check out our socials, blah, blah, blah." Like, it's not the same thing as this where they're talking directly to the crowd and just having, like, a nice little intimate moment, but it's still something that, again, makes the show not feel so abrupt.
Well, Mustafa Ali had that really great moment at the end of the show a couple of months ago when he had the
Talk
kid
challenge, yeah.
and he had the kid come in and he was saying how like this
Mhm.
kid was of his culture and says he was like and the kid said you're somebody I look up to and it was
Mm,
beautiful moments to see something like and even
yeah.
before he had gotten the kid involved, he had a great thank you to the city and saying he wants to come back and
Mhm, mhm.
that sign off. So yeah.
Yeah, we've seen it with Effie there too, Penta, like, I like that. I like
Mhm.
those little moments because again, it doesn't make everything feel so abrupt, it kinda gives everything a nice closure. Like it.
I do too. I
Mm.
do too.
I
But
as well.
we have come to the end of another episode of Stardom Review. We're gonna be back with more of these, and we got so many coming in August. I'm so scared for August. Oh, I'm scared of
Yeah.
August. We're going to be going
Or
back to the. We're going to our tournament way of doing. We're each picking a match from the night, and we'll give you results from the results of the other match. We're not going through every match on every one of the shows. There's going to be a lot of shows, so they will be a good bit shorter because we're each going to give you one match from the night, and then just give you results and little tidbits about the other matches. So be prepared for that. When we do G1, it's going to be that way. Um, when we do that, and then N1 Victory, which I'm really getting interested in. The Noah's G1 starts in
oh,
August,
yeah, yeah.
which has Ryohei Oiwa, and then just announced Josh Briggs is coming over from NXT to do the N1 Victory this summer, along with another dude from NXT that I'm not as familiar with. So I'm like, dang, like WWE's putting some people over there. They're really trying to. Yes, they're younger people from NXT, but give them exposure. Let Josh Briggs. This dude, man, is going to come back to NXT with some crazy better experience from working this N1 Victory tournament. So
Mhm.
yeah,
100%, 100%. It's interesting to see all these crossovers happening because,
yep,
like, you got that with Noah, we got Konosuke Takeshita in the G1
yep.
from AEW and sort of DDT, I guess?
He's also he's DDT associated too.
Yeah, yeah. So like we see all these kind of associations. We had Io Sky and Mari Gold. We have Mina Shirakawa showing up in AEW. We've got like all kinds of nice little crossovers happening that is just really, really exciting.
Styles at Noah this weekend.
Styles
Jordan,
and Noah, Jordan
Jordan
Grace.
at Sendai Girls. Yeah.
Yeah, against Chihiro Hashimoto. Holy frackety frukin'. It's gonna be
Cannot wait to see the
great.
singles match on Monday.
I know. So good.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Ah, me too.
So I want to get off of here so I can go watch the Marigold show from this morning or technically last night / this morning because I haven't gotten a chance to get to work all day and then I do stuff this afternoon. So I want to go and watch that right after this. So, which we will should have a show coming out to you at some point this week covering that. We'll
Mhm,
have a show covering some more Stardom from this past weekend. We'll have some shows. I do want to try to do a match or a bit of a review. Probably it'll be on Japanese Wrestling Update when we can finally see AJ Styles versus Naramichi Marufuji. I do want to talk about that somewhere. We'll probably do it on Japanese Wrestling Update because we got to talk about that. That's pretty huge.
mhm.
So,
I love how we're listening to your thought process just live happening
oh, that's what I
instead
do.
of having
I'm
this conversation after.
verbal diarrhea. That's what it is. Verbal diarrhea. So we got lots of
Professional
content.
yapper over there.
Plus Fantastica Manias tonight,
Yeah.
in the USA. So we got that coming at you this week. So lots of content to come to you this week. So please stay tuned to the channel. We got lots coming at you. You can find me on the X at that Canada, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at that Canada dude. Facebook, you can find me at Andre and Melba Wrestling Talk, and our YouTube page, Andre and Melba Wrestling Talk in the comments section. You can also find me chatting away over on the BAM Weekly Facebook page, which I've been trying to be more active over there since it's been restarted. So you can find me, you can chat with me in that page where I'm talking with other wrestling fans about all the goings on in professional wrestling. You can also find us over at on our local establishment. We just hit the Japanese wrestling update this past Friday. You can check us out there every Friday, either live or recorded. It all depends on the week. You can also find me there June 20th or July 20th. Man, see, I screwed it up already. July
We
24th.
jinxed it.
We did. July 24th, you can find me coming back there with my boy, Old Ed, for the Marvel Talk MCU Rebound, as we talk Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man movie on the Rebound. Then actually go check out over on the OLE YouTube page. Me and Ed just did a trailer reaction for Captain America: Brave New World teaser trailer that just dropped. I was my first Ed had seen it like 4 or 5 times already. I had yet to see it, so it was purely my reaction. I literally got goosebumps watching it, and I literally put it up on screen showing my goosebumps because I got goosebumps because certain things that happened. I was like, oh my god, it got me so excited. That movie looks like it'd be so much fun. That's coming in February next year, and then that following weekend of the 24th, either on the 27th or the 28th, myself, Old Ed, and a couple special guests will be reviewing Deadpool and Wolverine. I cannot wait to talk about that. So yeah,
Oh, you guys are gonna have fun with that one.
yeah. One more shout out to our boy Mike the Ref over at Backbreaker Video. This guy right there, that one right there, Mike the Ref. Thank you very so much for simulcasting all of our shows. If you want to check out more content from him, go to youtube.com/@Backbreaker Video. And if you are watching us over there, please go over and give us a subscribe at Andre and Balboa Wrestling Talk on YouTube. If you want to see Mike's live content, go to twitch.tv/Mike the Ref, where he sees AEW watch alongs every Wednesday, Saturday, and pay-per-view Sunday. You can also find him almost every other day of the week playing video games and just chatting it up in the chats on his Twitch page, twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. And you can find all the replays of his game content, youtube.com/@Backbreaker_game, where you can find content from him, Mr. PJC, Mr. Rick Jules, and their frequent guest,
Kayla J. Kayla J. Kayla J. Kayla J. We love Kayla J here.
We do.
It's true. It's true.
Balboa, where can they find you?
If you're wanting to follow a Melba, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melba. You can follow her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find her, as Andre mentioned, on our local establishment programming, Japanese Wrestling Update with this guy, every Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, unless it's not. And then we will let you know on social media. This week, coming up, it is probably going to have to be pre-recorded because we are going to be checking out RCW, this Hungarian show. We have the
Hungarian Revolution.
Yes, where we finally see that showdown, show thing. We're going to see a fight between Son of Irish, Cody Mack, that title, I believe. Interesting to see what happens.
I look forward to that. That's a match I've been wanting to see for a while now.
They've been setting it up, sort of. We've been seeing a distinct lack of story building, but
Oh, I love it.
hopefully,
I
the
love
Codys
that.
can.
Sorry, that's just hilarious. Oh, like,
What's hilarious?
well,
What are we? What?
just the way you're describing it.
Well, I mean, it's the only story that this company has going for it. And where the flying fizzity fruitcake fa la la is it? Where are these boys talking? Where's Parrish?
Uh,
Where's everybody? What are you guys doing?
uh.
Freaking beat each other up already.
Oh, and on that show, we're also getting the barricade against Azrael on that show. So the battle
Oh,
of the
that's
big
gonna be,
men.
yeah.
Two
Battle of the big boys.
two big men just smashing into each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why Japanese wrestling update, back to the original topic that I actually remembered. Hey, my ADHD didn't fail me. The Japanese wrestling update will be pre-recorded as a result of us attending said RCW show. What's next? You can also find me on Astro Pizarro's YouTube channel, where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. We just dropped an episode on Thursday talking about Forbidden Door and the exit and entry of Stephanie Vaquier from CMLL into WWE. So go check that out on Astro Bazaar's YouTube channel. If you're wanting to watch Stardom Wrestling, we will leave a link in the description box below, and Andre will pay attention to get me my ticker. It is stardom-world.com. Stop that. I don't remember what the Japanese yen cost is, but it works out to approximately 10 Canadian. Shout out Sean Spears. It's not actually 10 Canadian, it's more like 4. What the fuck? I mean, I'm not gonna complain about that view either. Oh, Lord have mercy on my soul. It actually works out to, I think it's 14.50. No, wait, sorry, it is not. It is less. It is actually 7.50 Canadian.
I so mad.
That was be
How are you getting it?
left-handed anger, Andre, left-handed anger.
It's well, I think
I
like
don't know. I don't ask
New Japan World has gone up in price. It's like
It has.
1,200 and some yen. So or 1,300 yen. So I think that's why I'm paying like 14.50. But I'm still like,
Yeah, sorry, man. I mean, that's what I was charged for the last time, so it's what it is. Got a good price for it. Great price to watch some amazing women's professional wrestling.
mm-hmm.
We'll leave the link for you in the description box below. Andre, my trusted friend and colleague, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
Nope. Yes, I do. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. We want to hear from you. We love talking to you. We love hearing your opinions on all the professional wrestling that we review. Please share us out to your friends, family, and just crazy, crazy people that you know in your life. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello.
And that being said, I am your Malball. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Mwah.